Welcome into another American River College Athletics broadcast brought to you by Stones Radio Networks. Today we have the ARC softball team taking on Sac City, Game 2. And now with the play-by-play, I give you Mark the Phantom Lowe.
Well, good afternoon and welcome back to Game 2 of the doubleheader between Sac City and AR. Bray Romero is on the mound for the Beavers in the second game, and she'll be facing Jenna Martinez to get us started out here in Game 2. Game 1 won by the Panthers 6-1. Romero throws the first pitch. It's in there for a strike. 1-0-1. Romero 5-3 on the season. A 3.59 ERA. Next pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. Bree with 50 2/3 innings pitched, 25 strikeouts and 15 base on balls as she faces Martinez, who was 0 for 3 in the first game. She pokes that out toward right field, out of play behind the dugout on the first base side. So it's 0-2 on Jenna Martinez, 4-12 on the season, or 436 coming into game number 1. She was 0 for 3, scored a run. Shay Zlatanich is on deck, and then Eliza Deathridge. That one is hit foul down the first base line over the dugout again, so it's still 0-2. Jordan Wurzer behind the plate. Hannah Peterburs is over at third. Bella Garcia at short. Taylor McKay out at second base. Jacqueline Young at first. Right field, Callie Tomlinson. Sophie Peterburs in center, and Alexa Garcia is out in left with Bree Romero on the mound. 0-2 pitch. Line drive up the middle into center field for a base hit. Just over the glove of Bella Garcia. So Martinez, her first hit of the day. She starts off game number 2 with a single to center, and that'll bring up Shay Zlatanich. The third baseman, out of Rosemont High, a freshman. It was 1 for 3 with an RBI in the first game. Also had a sacrifice bunt. Entered the game at 3:46, so still right around there for the Panthers. Martinez at first. Shows bunt again. She bunts it down in front of the plate, picked up by the catcher. She's going to have no play, does Wurzer, and it's a base hit sacrifice for Zlatanich. 2 straight singles. And it's first and second, Eliza Deathridge coming to the plate, and that's not what the Beavers wanted to have happen, as Eliza was 2 for 3 in the first game with a 2-run home run and a double. She currently is hitting right around .550 for the season. She has 9 home runs and 28 runs batted in. A 2-run home run in the first inning of the first game, a double in the third, grounded out, and was intentionally walked her final appearance. So she's up here with 2 runners on and nobody out. She bunts it, and that is a fair ball picked up by the catcher down to first, and they got Deathridge at first base. She's going to get credit for a sacrifice. As a nice play by Jordan Wurzer behind the plate, throws her out at first base.
First baseman Elisa Cuevas.
Putting runners at second and third, and Elisa Cuevas is going to come to the plate, the first baseman from Vanden High down in Fairfield. 0 for 4 in game 1. She came into the game at .421. 2 home runs and 17 runs batted in. So infield is in for the Beavers. Bree Romero, a freshman out of Sheldon. First pitch is right in there for a strike. 0-1. So Beavers playing the infield in right away, first inning, second game. As Deathridge with the sacrifice bunt. Martinez at third, Zlatanich out at second base. And Cuevo at the plate. Emily Deathridge is on deck. That's an off-speed pitch hit on the ground down to Peterburs at third. She throws it over to first, gets the out, and the runners are going to have to hold. So Hannah Peterburs manning third base. A weak ground ball, and she's got Cuevo at first. 2 outs, and that'll bring up Emily Deathridge. Emily with the win in the first game on the mound, a 6-hitter, improving her record to 6-1 on the season. And probably hanging on to that. She had an .046 ERA. She did give up the run, 1 run. She comes up here. She's the designated player in this one. The flex is Jasmine Montez, the right fielder.
Sophie, the center fielder, and then the third baseman are sisters.
So second and third infield now moving back second and short to regular depth. Hannah Peterburs is pretty much even with the bag at third. Romero's pitch is popped out of play by Deathridge. Lexi Coyle is on deck. Rest of the lineup, Faith McCarroll, the center fielder, then Kayla Rogers, the second baseman, and Cassidy Hunter out in left field. For Sac City, big batter here for Bree Romero, trying to get out of this inning with no run scored after Martinez opened with a single and Zlatnich with the single on the sacrifice. That's outside for a ball, so it's 1-1.
I gotta see him up close. I've only seen like one of them at a time. Maybe not even both. I've only just seen one of them.
Emily Deathridge out of Lincoln High, a sophomore. Lincoln High of Lincoln. 1-1 pitch, and that sails high and outside. So it's 2-1 on Emily Deathridge. Panthers won game 1 6-1 to improve to 4-1 in Big 8 conference play, dropping the Beavers to 0-5 and 11-7 on the season. Panthers now 16-3-1. That is also high, so it's 3-1 on Deathridge. Three balls, one strike. Slightly open stance from the right side for Emily Deathridge. 3-1 pitch is catching that outside corner, call strike two. Good pitch by Bree Romero. She takes it all the way to 3-2 here in the top of the first. Martinez at third, Zlatnich at second. Here's Bree Romero's 3-2 pitch. Fouled out of play behind us, so it'll go 3 balls and 2 strikes once again. A couple more softballs coming in from the dugout. Setting up our home plate umpire, who is different than the home plate umpire from last game when we sent him our best. Did a fine job, just, a little bit delayed on the calls, but did a fine job. He just now called one a strike. So there you go. 3-2. Popped up again out of play over the top of our head. So it will go still 3-2. Next time that Stones Radio Networks will be on the American River College YouTube is scheduled for Thursday when we have the baseball team over at Beaver Field. The Beavers take on Sierra College. I believe that's a 2:30 first pitch. But if you subscribe to ARC Athletics YouTube, you'll know all this stuff. Swing and a miss. Got her on strikes. Big inning. Big out by Bree Romero there getting the strikeout. So no runs, 2 hits. 2 left. We go to the bottom of the first. Panthers nothing. Beavers coming to bat.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We'd love to see you.
I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
You're listening to coverage of ARC Athletics on Stones Radio Network.
Bottom of the first inning, Lexi Coyle out on the mound for the Panthers. She is 1-2 on the season, a 2.86 ERA, 29 1/3 innings pitched, 15 strikeouts and 5 walks, and she'll face Bella Garcia, Jaden Diaz, and Taylor McKay, the first 3 hitters for the Beavers, as they escape harm in the top of the first, thanks to Bree Romero with the strikeout of Deathridge. And here's Garcia, 2 for 4 in the first game, takes it outside for a ball. 473 coming into that first game, and she had a couple of singles in that one. Here's Coyle's next pitch. It's chopped out towards second, but Coyle reaches up the glove, picks it off, and throws it over to first base with the underhand. Good play by Lexi Coyle. That one makes it out to second base. I think Garcia probably beats it out. And Coyle with the assist on that one. And here's Jaden Diaz.
Now batting for the Beavers, number 6, DP Jaden Diaz.
Jaden 0 for 3 with a sacrifice in game number 1. Came into that game at 286. The freshman from Cesar Chavez High. First pitch is in the dirt.
The first day y'all gonna do one. Y'all gonna do like starting off individuals, and then one's it's gonna be lit, bro.
1 ball and no strikes. Diaz hitting from the left side. Next one is right down the middle for a strike.
Just because you having your energy has just made my day better.
Yeah, well, and it's like, especially once it starts, like when you get later in the spring too, when y'all finish it, when it starts getting hot and everything, it's like
1 ball, 1 strike. Taylor McKay to follow. Diaz balls that one back to the screen, so it's 1 and 2. Lexi Coyle out of Dixon High, the freshman, listed as a utility player. She was the DP, I believe, in game number 1, pitching in this one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Diaz asked for time. That's outside for a ball, 2 and 2. Beavers with 6 hits and 1 run in game number 1. So in their last 2 games, 16 hits and just 2 runs. Diaz takes outside again. Good eye by Jaden Diaz. He's worked the count to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bottom of the first here, game 2. From Becky Russ Field on the campus of American River College in lovely Sacramento, California. Little overcast, good crowd out here. A lot of people, a lot of dogs, the way we like it. 3-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Struck her out. 2 outs, and Taylor McKay is the hitter. Pitched the first game playing second base in this one. Taylor was 1 for 3 in that first game. Came in with a .368 average. She's up here with 2 outs and nobody on.
now batting for the Beavers, number 3, second baseman Taylor McKay.
McKay steps in against Lexi Coyle. That's a fastball inside. 1-0, and again, the parade of warming up in the Sac City bullpen hasn't stopped since game number 1 started. Elizabeth Baucom is the one over there throwing right now. Give her a shout out. She's been working hard over there in the bullpen. 1-0 pitch is right down the middle for a strike, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike on Taylor McKay.
It's 1-1.
That's high for a ball, 2-1. 2-1. 2 outs, 2 balls, 1 strike on McKay. That one's chopped down toward third. Nice short hop over there by Zlatanich, and she throws over to first base for the out. So 1-2-3 for the Beavers in the bottom of the first. We go to the second inning. Panthers nothing and Beavers nothing.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We'd love to see you.
You're listening to coverage of ARC Athletics on Stones Radio Networks.
Top of the second, no score so far in this game 2 of the doubleheader between American River College and Sac City. Panthers will send up Lexi Coyle, Faith McCarroll, and Kayla Rogers. The first 3 hitters against Bree Romero, who got in some trouble, surrendering a couple of singles to open the top of the first. But after a sacrifice bunt, put the runners at second and third. Romero got a ground out and a strikeout, so escaped damage in that inning. And now here's Lexi Coyle, who's the pitcher in our second game. In the first game, she was the DP and was 2 for 4, drove in a run in that game. First pitch sails high and outside to Lexi Coyle, 1 ball and no strikes. Bree Romero, 50 2/3 innings, now 51 2/3 innings on the season. She picked up her 26th strikeout in the first inning against 15 walks over that time. Here's the 1-0. Watches it on the outside corner, off the outside corner, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Lexi Coyle. Faith McCarroll to follow, and then Galen Rogers. That one is on the outside corner for a strike, 2-1. Lexi Coyle wearing number 23 for the Panthers in their road grays with the red letters with the gold right around the letters. Beavers in the home whites with blue pants. That one is outside for a ball, 3-1 on Lexi Coyle, the freshman from Dixon High. Romero with a 3-1. Popped up left side. Peterburs is calling for it. Foul territory. She'll make the catch down by third base for the first out. So good job by Romero coming back to get Coyle. And that'll bring up Faith McCarroll, the center fielder, who was 1 for 4 in the first game, scored a run, and reached on an error. So on base a couple times, scored 1 run. As Coach Lisa Delgado comes out to talk to the umpire about what to do about Matt, the PA guy, and Bird, the scoreboard guy. They're going to kick it up to the next level, I think, higher. It's going to be somebody up higher up to make the decision on these two. So McCarroll, center fielder, hits from the left side of the plate against Bree Romero. Kaylin Rogers on deck. Lines that one down the third baseline, but that's going to slice foul. She tried to poke it over Hannah Peterburs, which she did do, but didn't keep it fair. And it'll be strike 1. Own 1. That one's lifted out short left center field. Coming on the center fielder, a diving try, and it's Peterburs, Sophie Peterburs, with a fantastic diving catch. A couple of diving catches by the Beavers outfielders in this doubleheader already, and that one was Sophie Peterburs, who robbed Faith McCarroll of a single. That'll bring up Kaylin Rogers, the second baseman. Kaylin was 1 for 2 with a run scored and a run batted in that first game.
Number 2, second baseman Kaylin Rogers.
Rogers, right-hand hitting second baseman from West Campus. She's a sophomore and takes the first one high and outside for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. Open stance from the right side for Kaylin Rogers. She takes one right down the middle for a strike, 1-1. Number 9 hitter today is Cassidy Hunter, the left fielder. She is on deck. Right now it's 2 outs and Kaylin Rogers. That's the focus for Bree Romero. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch by Bree. 1-2, 2 outs, top of the second. No score so far in game 2 of this doubleheader. Swing and a miss. She got her on strikes. Good inning by Bree Romero. 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the second. Panthers nothing and the Beavers nothing.
Oh, I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. Personally, it was the most rewarding part about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We'd love to see you.
Now back to the booth right here on Stones Radio Network.
Bottom of the second, no scores so far. Jacqueline Young, Hannah Peterburs, and then Kelly Tomlinson, the first 3. And I will be able to see as I move the great Robert Freeman, the 4th, over to the right a little bit so I can see. He loves to come out here and watch the softball games, but he always stands right in my way. He knows I'm a big fan. First pitch is on the outside corner somehow for a strike, 0-1 to Jacqueline Young. No balls, 1 strike. Jacqueline came into game 1 at 3-0-2. 0 for 3, hit a couple balls really hard in that first game. Coyle delivers. That is outside for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hannah Peterburs on deck. And then Callie Tomlinson. Lexi Coyle. Fastball right on the inside corner. Nice looking pitch. 1-2. She's 1-2 on the season. 2.86 ERA, 29 1/3 innings make that 30 1/3. 16 strikeouts and 5 base on balls. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Jacqueline Young. Fouls that one off. The sophomore from Casa Roble. Behind in the count, 1-2. A little overcast here, but hasn't dampened the enthusiasm. A very, very respectable looking crowd out here. Bird thinks they're out to see him, but I hate to break it to him.
Come on, Jackie.
Outside and high with that one. 2-2. Shays Latinich is over at third base. Eliza Deathridge at shortstop. Kaylin Rogers second base. Liza Cuevo at first. Jasmine Montez in right. Faith McCarroll in center. There's a chopper down to third base, picked up by Zlatnich across the diamond. She got her by a step at first base. So Young is retired 5-3. 1 out. Here's Hannah Peterburs. Cassidy Hunter completes the defensive alignment. She is out in left field. Hannah Peterburs with the big RBI double in the first game. She was 1 for 1, got a couple of walks. She got the double in the first inning, drove in the run, then had a couple of base on balls. So she on base all 3 times. And she's up here now with 1 out in the second. Over at third base in this one. Check swing, that was high. That's going to go ask first base. She did not go, and I completely agree with that umpire. So everybody is in agreement finally. 1 ball and no strikes on Hannah.
Did she go? Did he go? That's my favorite one. He did
1-1 pitch caught the outside corner with a fastball, strike one, 1-1. As we talked about in game one, the outfield alignment for Sac City tending to take away the pull because the right-hand hitting Peterbirds is up here, and center fielder is in right center. That one is also on the corner for a strike. Jasmine Montez is almost on the right field line down there, and the left fielder, Cassidy Hunter, playing over toward left center. So they're playing it as if it's a left-handed pull hitter. Here's the 1-2. That's high for a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Hannah. That's down low for a ball. Good take by Hannah Peterburs. Seeing it real well today, as evidenced by the double and the 2 walks in game one. She's worked it out to a full count here on Lexi Coyle with 1 out in the second inning. That one is down low, ball 4. Very close pitch, but Hannah had no doubt about it whatsoever. She's got her 3rd walk of the day, so I guess if anybody knows the strike zone, it would be Hannah. She is down at first base, and that'll bring up Callie Tomlinson. Callie came into game one at 250, had a base hit in that game. She was 1 for 3. She's up here with Hannah Peterburs down at first base. Jordan Werzer on deck. She takes that one on the outside corner for a strike. 0-1 on Callie Tomlinson from Orem High. The freshman looks down at the third base coach there, Nogado. Gets the word. Hannah Peterburs over at first. That is hit up in the air, well to left field over Cassie Hunter's head, all the way to the fence. Here comes Peterburs. She's going to get into third. It's a stand-up double by Callie Tomlinson, and the Beavers are in business here in the second inning. First hit of the game for the Beavers, second hit of the day for Callie Tomlinson, and Cassie Hunter just gave chase to that one. Not much she could do about that one. That was just hit very well by Callie Tomlinson. So here's Jordan Werzer with a chance to add to her total. She has 3 home runs and 17 runs batted in this season. 0 for 3 in this game. Alexa Garcia to follow. Werzer takes outside corner, call strike. 0-1 on Jordan Werzer. Freshman from West Valley. Here's Coyle's next pitch. She checks swings a little bit outside. Good take by Jordan Werzer. Jenna Martinez behind the plate for the Panthers in this one. One ball, 1 strike. Werzer takes inside for a ball, 2-1. Coyle around the plate, not getting the corner, so she is behind 2 balls and 1 strike. He was looking to put a crooked number on the board, haven't done so in the past almost 2.5 games now. Werzer takes inside ball. No, that's called strike on the corner. 2-2. Right-hander Lexi Coyle, freshman, ready with the 2-2 pitch. Werzer takes call, strike 3.
Whoa.
So that's 2 outs, and they'll bring up Alexa Garcia. Beavers still with runners at second and third.
Now batting for the Beavers, number 7.
Garcia 0 for 3 in the first game, 297 coming into that game. As the strains of Staying Alive keep us going here in the press box. Takes it right down the middle for a call strike, 0-1. Lexi Coyle came in with 15 strikeouts in 29 1/3 innings. She has 2 so far in an inning and 2/3, including that one over Werzer, with runners at second and third. Garcia hits a grounder up toward the middle. Nice stop by the second baseman, but that's going to be an infield single. The second runner's rounding. She's going to come back and back to third base. goes Callie Tomlinson, an RBI single as Peterborough scores. Nice play by Rogers to keep it on the infield. Garcia with her first hit of the day. She's got the run batted in. Second hit of the inning for the Beavers, and they lead it 1-0. Tomlinson came around third. She was going to go all the way. And then she held up as the throw came into the catcher, Martinez. And here's Sophie Peterburs as the Beavers get their first lead of the day. They lead it 1-0. Sophie shows bunts at it, and the runner bluffs and goes back to first. The throw to first gets by into right field. The throw's going to come into second. They're going to tag her, and they tagged her before, I believe, the runner scored. No, they didn't. They're going to say the runner scored, I think. He's pointed to home, and so that wasn't the safe. That was the wipe-off call, Stones McCoy. I don't think that she scored, so I'm not. No, the run did not score. The out was made at second. The throw got away from the first baseman right to the right fielder. The runner immediately took off for second to throw to second and the tag out. So 1 run, 2 hits, and 2 left. We go to the third inning. Beavers lead at 1-0.
Now back to the booth right here on Stones Radio Network.
Top of the third, 1-0 Beavers as a crazy play to end that bottom of the second. But we've all discussed in the press box and figured out what should have happened, so that's all we need to do. And we'll go to the top of the third. Cassidy Hunter will lead it off. Then Jenna Martinez and Shea Latinich, the 9, 1, and 2 hitters for the Panthers.
Number 12, left fielder Cassidy Hunter.
Smart baseball.
Cassidy Hunter 1 for 3 in the first game and had a run batted in. So she is up here now against Bree Romero. First pitch is a little bit high for a ball. She reached on an error, had an RBI single, and fly to right. In the first game, one of those fly balls that Kelly Tomlinson made an excellent sliding catch on. Did that a couple times in game 1. Sophie Peterburs has also done that here in game 2. Next pitch is outside again. 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes. Cassidy Hunter out of John C. Kimball High School. Just like outfield mate Faith McCarroll. 2-0. Romero working her third inning. That one's popped up. It's going to come all the way back here, I think. And I will make the play. No, I will not. It hits a railing. Oh, nice play out there. Good stab. Well done out there. Came off the railing and just, when you're in the front row, you got to be able to field your position, and he certainly did. 2 balls and a strike now. Romero ready to go with the 2-1 pitch. That's fouled back to the screen. Nice pitch on the inside corner by Bree Romero there to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Alexa Garcia is out and left in the second game. Sophie Peterburs in center and Callie Tomlinson out in right for the Beavers. Hannah Peterburs at third, Bella Garcia short, Taylor McKay at second base, and Jacqueline Young over at first, Jordan Werzer behind the plate, and Bree Romero on the hill. That's popped up foul again. Look out on that one. That's a tough one. Just barely got over the screen, so it's a tough play over there. Nicely done. Kind of smothered it over there. Didn't let it get into the outfield, so good play in the stands. Again, I pay for a lot of those softballs, so let's get those back into the game. Let's not give them to some little kid or something to keep. Fastball on the outside corner, call strike 3. That's strikeout number 3 for Bria Romero. And we'll go to the top of the order, and Jenna Martinez. Single to open the game. Was stranded eventually at third in the first inning. The catcher from Selma High, sophomore, came in with a .436 average. 0 for 3 in game 1, but does have the hit here in game 2. That one is inside, barely missed her. 1 ball and no strikes. Shea Zlatnich is on deck. We are in the top of the third. Game 2, Beavers lead this one 1-0. That's a fastball. That's on the outside corner, and that's going to even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Reminder that we're back in action on the ARC YouTube channel on Thursday, about 2:30, I'm going to say, first pitch for the Sierra College Wolverines invading Beaver Field to take on our American River College baseball team. That's hit well into left field. Here comes the left fielder. Nice play out there by Alexa Garcia. Line drive. Retires Martinez, and that'll bring up Shea Zlatnich with 2 outs. I believe we're back here next Saturday. We've got another doubleheader. A couple of doubleheaders coming up in the ensuing Saturdays here, weather permitting, of course. So we'll be out here at Becky Russ Field. I think 3 of the next 4 weekends. Got some doubleheaders. Again, subscribe to American River College Athletics YouTube page, and you'll get notified whenever we go live with an event for any sport here at American River. Zlatnich takes that one off, speed pitch in there for a strike. Shea dropped a bunt down for a sacrifice in the first inning, but ended up beating it out and getting herself a base hit. 1 for 3 with a run batted in game number 1. The freshman from Rosemont High School with an 0-1 pitch, and that's outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Lots of baseball, lots of softball coming up between now and the end of April. So you want to subscribe and be on the ARC YouTube channel. Presented by Stones Radio Networks. Always have to get that in there for the boss. 1-1 pitch, check swing. I don't think she went. They're not even going to ask, I don't think. So it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Eliza Deathridge on deck. Marin not wanting to put a runner on in front of Eliza, who was 2 for 3 with a home run in the game 1. That one's chopped foul down the third base line, right past the third base coach into left field. Alexa Garcia is going to pick it up out there, and we'll go 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the third. The freshman from Sheldon, Bria Romero, looking for her 6th win of the season here in this one, and the first for the Beavers in conference play. Off-speed pitch is lined past the third base coach again, and Alexa's going to have to run that one down now. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Zlatnich settles in from the right side, squared up stance. Outside high, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the third. Game 2 of our doubleheader. Panthers took game 1 6-1 behind Emily Deathridge. She improved her record to 6-1 on the season. Romero checking her wristband to see what she's throwing on this 3-2 pitch. It's hit high in the air to center field. Peterborough goes back. He's got a beat on it on the warning track. Makes the catch for the 3rd out. 1, 2, 3 for Romero in the third. We go to the bottom of the third. Beavers lead this one 1-0.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We love to see you.
Now back to the booth right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Bottom of the third, Beavers lead 1-0. Sophie Peterborough was up at the plate when that craziness happened to end the second inning, so she'll start us off again here in the third. Sophie was 1 for 3 in game number 1, hitting right at about 344 of the season. The sophomore out of Roseville from the left side. Steps up on that one, lets it go, and it's a strike. Latinich at third, coming down a little bit, playing in front of the bag. Same at first with Cuevo. 0-1 on Sophie. Bella Garcia, Jaden Diaz to follow. She hit that one up in the air toward right field, but it's foul.
I see it.
And Jasmine Montez, the right fielder, is so far off the line. She's over almost in right center field, and she's going to move over a little bit. Faith McCarroll is in left center field for Sophie, and down the left field line is Cassidy Hunter, the left fielder. So a big hole in right center field right now as Montez is kind of shading a little bit more toward the line. That's outside for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hopefully it missed Stones McCoy's camera. It hit the camera, and I think the umpire knew because he came back to take a look at it, it looked like. He probably heard the tinkling of broken glass and stuff, cha-ching. He heard the cha-ching of the cash register on that one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Outside for a ball, very close pitch. But Sophie is still up there 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. That's chopped over the mound. Nice play by Lexi Coyle again. Second time that she's taken a hit away from the Beavers by just reaching that glove up, snatching it out of the air, and Peterborough is retired 1-3. And here's Bella Garcia, who was the first person that got robbed by Lexi Coyle. A little chopper over the mound, and she stuck the glove up and got that one and retired Bella Garcia. And it would have gotten into the infield. It would not have been able to get her at first base, but it didn't. So she's up here 0 for 1 today. Or in game 2. She had a couple hits in game 1. Shows bunt, takes one outside corner, call strike. 0-1. Bottom of the third, Beavers 1, Panthers nothing. Jaden Diaz to follow Bella Garcia. She takes that one, and that is a ball. The old same place, different call. 1 ball and 1 strike. Probably not technically the same exact plays. One and 1 on Bella. Hits that one down the third baseline. Nice play over there by Zlatnich over to first, but it's not going to be in time. Shea had to go to her right, and she had to go down to one knee, and no way she's catching the speedy Bella Garcia at first base, and she's got her third hit of the day. First of game 2, she's at first base with 1 out, and that'll bring up Jaden Diaz, who struck out back in the first inning, so she is 0 for 1. 3 hits so far for the Beavers in this one. Taylor McKay is on deck.
Make contact.
There goes the runner. Line drive, fair ball down the third base line. Here comes Garcia all the way around to third. The throw's going to go. Garcia's going for the plate. The throw, and she slides in head first. She is safe. It's an RBI double for Jaden Diaz, and the Beavers lead this one 2-0. Diaz with the RBI as Garcia never stopped. She was going on the pitch, and I think the coach of Sac City wants to know if the runner left early to try to get to second base.
Hey, you just missed Jane hit a freaking thing. She got ahead, bro.
And Garcia never stopped as Jaden Diaz is leaving second base, but just to give her batting glove or whatever it is to the base coach. Lined it down the third base line past the diving Slatnich into left field, and Bella Garcia never stopped. Second hit of the inning, fourth hit of the game for the Beavers. Diaz now out at second base, still just one out, and here's Taylor McKay, who grounded to third, her first time up.
They got the ball. Alexa licked and said, fucking just ran home. You got it? You got it. Alexa got it.
McKay hits one sharply out towards second base, handled out there by Rogers. Quickly gets it to first base. Diaz moves to third. Second out is recorded, and Jacqueline Young comes to the plate. One run in, a runner now at third base, 2 outs. Here's Jacqueline Young, sophomore from Casa Roble. 0 for 1, she grounded to third her first time up. Hasn't had anything, a couple of sharply hit balls in this doubleheader. Hasn't had anything to show for it just yet. She takes one hop to third base, knocked down by Zlatovic. She goes to first base and gets her by a step. So 1 run on 2 hits, 1 left. We'll go to the fourth, and the Beavers lead this one 2-0.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We'd love to see you.
I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed a job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
Now, back with the play-by-play right here on Stones Radio Network.
Heading into the top of the fourth here from Becky Rustfield. Beavers with the 2-0 lead now. Eliza Deathridge, Lisa Cuevo, and Emily Deathridge, the first 3 hitters for the Panthers here. 3, 4, and 5. Eliza sacrificed her first time up. She was 2 for 3 in game 1, a 2-run home run and a double. And she is up here now leading off this top of the fourth, and I think that's where you want her, leading off an inning. The shortstop from Rockland High School, the sophomore, settles in against Bree Romero. Off-speed pitch is hit sharply down to third, under the legs of Peterburs, and that's going to throw to first, but it's going to be too late. So wait for the official score on that one, but I think it's going to have to be an error on the third baseman. First error of the game for the Beavers. They had 2 in game number 1. And here's Elisa Cuevo, who was grounded to the third her first time up. So, and the Peterbird's getting a lot of action over there at third base. And here is Cuevo, the sophomore from Vanden High, with Deathridge now over on first base. First pitch is just a little bit high. 1-0, Emily Deathridge to follow. We're in the top of the fourth inning. Off-speed pitch. They got the runner off of first base. The throw's going to go down to second. They go back to first to tag her, and I think she got back in there. She did. So they had her trapped off. And Werzer gunned it down to second base. Garcia's return throw back to first, not in time to get Deathridge. So she is back, and more importantly, perhaps it's a 2-0 count now on Eliza Cuevo. Pop up left side, probably going to get out of play. Giving chase is Peter Burrs and left fielder Alexa Garcia, but it's just out of play. 2 balls and 1 strike now in Cuevo. Deathridge at first. Nobody out here in the 4th. Beavers chasing down that first conference victory. They lead it 2-0 here. Shows bunt. Bunt's a pop-up bunt. Nobody's going to be able to get to it, though. It's foul. Back to the screen. Coming in from third was Peter Burrs, but there's no chance to get that one. It was bunted down the third base line, but foul. 2 balls now and 2 strikes on Alessa Cuevo. Settles back in there. Slightly open stance from the right side. Deathridge at first. 2-2 pitch. Off-speed pitch. Just a little. No, I don't know. Did he call her out? I guess he did. He didn't do anything, and then he kind of did a little kind of a soft punch-out move, so strike 3. My apologies. Really had trouble trying to figure that one out. Because the punch-out wasn't a usual punch-out. It was kind of like a soft jab-out, you know, and I need to see more than that from my umpires. I'm not going to say it's weak, Stones. That's you. 1 out. Here's Emily Deathridge. She struck out back in the first inning. Came in at 324 in game 1. That one is swung on and missed. Emily was 1 for 4 in the first game. Did score a run back in the 5th inning. She's a sophomore. She's out of Lincoln High. Winning pitcher in game 1. Now she shows bunt early. Pulls the bat back. Watches that one go outside. 1-1. She pitched the first game. The pitcher in the second game is Lexi Coyle, and she is on deck for the Panthers. 1 out here in the 4th. Liza Deathridge reached on an error. She's down at first base. And Emily Deathridge at the plate, 1-1. Lofts one out to right field. Tomlinson has a beat on it, and Callie's got it for the second out. 2-way, and that'll bring up Lexi Coyle. Couple of hits in the first game. Popped up to third base, her only time at the plate in this one.
Good job, Callie.
Lexi with a couple of hits, a run scored, and a run batted in game 1. And she is on the mound here in game 2. So busy day. Got Deathridge down at first base, but now 2 outs. First pitch is popped up right side. It's a foul ball. And caught over there by Jacqueline Young in foul territory as the runner goes running by. So good job by Bria Romero. After the error, we go to the bottom of the 4th, and it's the Beavers 2, the Panthers nothing.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Now back to the Phantom right here on Stones Radio Network.
Going into the bottom of the 4th, Beavers lead at 2-0. That means it's time for the Stones McCoy mid-game report, brought to you this time by Grateful Bread. And Stones lost the first one 6-1, got the lead 2-0. Tell me what you're seeing.
Well, I really like what Bria Romero's throwing out there right now. She's attacking the zone. She's making these Sac City hitters try to either put the ball in play or do something. And so far, so good. She's really throwing up some zeros. What I really like is the timely hitting.
Yes.
The first game, we really didn't have a lot of that. And, we get a runner on, and we were able to get another hit, drive them in. Those are the things that you need to do to put those crooked numbers up that you were talking about earlier.
Absolutely, Stones. Yeah, 1 run the game before against Diablo Valley, then 1 run in game 1 today. So 2 runs so far on the board. We go to the bottom of the 4th. We thank Stones McCoy for his efforts and his contributions to each and every broadcast. That's the Stones McCoy mid-game report, brought to you this time by Grateful Bread. Hannah Peterburs is going to start us off. Callie Tomlinson and Jordan Werzer, the next 2 after that against Lexi Coyle here in the bottom of the 4th. That first pitch is down low for a ball. Hannah walked her first time up, scored a run. She has singled in the first game, then walked twice, and walked her only appearance here in the second game. So she's been on base all day. For the Beavers, the sophomore center fielder, or actually third baseman today, takes inside corner for a strike. And it came into game number 1 hitting at .324. Picked up her 7th run batted in. That one's far outside. 2-1 on Hannah. Callie Tomlinson, Jordan Werzer to follow. The Beavers trying to build on this 2-0 lead here as we are in the bottom of the 4th. That's inside. 3-1. That's outside and high, ball 4. So again, Hannah Peterburs is on base. Her 4th walk of the day. And here's Kelly Tomlinson, who blasted a double over left fielder Cassidy Hunter's head back in the second inning.
Right fielder Callie Tomlinson.
Had a hit also in game 1, did Kelly Tomlinson. So the freshman coming up here with a runner at first and nobody out. Kelly swings and fouls that one back over the screen. Kind of a high pitch that she just, I think she was still feeling that double from last time because she was going after that one. Looks down at third base coach Darren Delgado and see what's going on here with a runner at first base and Jordan Werzer on deck. A freshman, Lexi Coyle, out on the hill for Sac City. Now we're going to see a bunt, but it's fouled behind home plate. So Tomlinson trying to drop one down as Peterborough was on the move from first base. Couldn't get into fair territory. Was pounced on right away by Jenna Martinez. Might have even had a chance at second base on that one. No balls, 2 strikes. That one's outside and low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tomlinson looks down again, but with 2 strikes, we'll see what happens here. Callie 1 for 3 in the first game. Hits a chopper right back to the pitcher. She'll go to second for 1, back to first. I do not get Callie Tomlinson, but it's a fielder's choice. Peterborough is retired on the force play. Tomlinson replaces her over at first base, and still with 1 out. That'll bring up Jordan Werzer, who struck out back in the second inning.
Catcher Jordan Werzer.
Jordan with 3 home runs and 17 runs batted in on the season. Took a call, third strike back in the second inning.
Make contact.
Tomlinson at first. Werzer takes outside. The throw behind Tomlinson at first. Another one that has bounced down there. Martinez has done that a couple of times here in this game. Last one got away, but they threw the runner out at second base trying to advance. But that one was blocked by Cuevo down at first base. 1 ball and no strikes on Jordan Werzer. Swings and fouls that one into the catcher's glove. 1-1. Freshman out of West Valley. Werzer against the freshman out of Dixon, Lexi Coyle. Callie Tomlinson, another freshman down at first base. And Alexa Garcia on deck. Werzer takes outside and low for a ball. 2-1. So Beavers showing a pretty good eye in this one. We're trying to work the count as much as possible. They've 2 strikeout for Lexi Cole in this game. One of those was looking, 1 swinging. 2 balls and 1 strike. That's down low again, 3-1. And we're going to have a meeting at the mound, I think. Maybe a pitching change. We'll be back with all that information right after this. We'll step away for just a second. Bottom of the 4th, Beavers with a 2-0 lead.
Beat by DJ Stones.
Now back to the Phantom right here on Stones Radio Network.
Conference is over. We're ready to go. 3 balls and 1 strike on Jordan Werzer. Over at first base is Callie Tomlinson. Lexi Coyle still out on the mound for Sac City. 3-1 pitch is chopped out towards shortstop. Deathridge over to second for 1. The turn to throw to first and gets away at first base. And trying to advance to second is Werzer, and she's going to do so very alertly. Jordan Werzer is going to get down to second base. So she is on the fielder's choice. Going to be an error on the second baseman for the throw back to first base to allow her to get to second base. First error of the game for Sac City, and she's in scoring position now for Alexa Garcia, who singled her first time up and drove in a run. Alexa 0 for 3 in game 1, but came out right away with the RBI single in game 2. She's up here now with Werzer at second base. Takes a fastball outside corner strike. Again, Montez guarding the line in right field against the right-handed hitting Garcia. Faith McCarroll is in right center field. And in left field, not really straight away left field, is Cassidy Hunter over there. A little bit too far, or a little bit far off the line. Outside for a ball, 1-1. Not too far. It's just farther than the usual left field is played. Stones McCoy, who's a baseball purist, just can't understand what's going on. He's just baffled. Well, I was trying to be fair. Left center, left field, whatever. 1-1 pitch is fouled off to right field side by Garcia over toward that big mound of dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So anything down the line will easily score Jordan Werzer from second base. Also, kind of further over toward almost straightaway center is open as McCarroll is over in right center. 1-2. High for a ball, 2-2. Alexa Garcia, 297 entering game number 1. 0 for 3 in that game, but 1 for 1 in this one, so 1 for 4 on the day. At the line, right at the second baseman for the third out. Rogers putting her perfectly on the infield. Garcia hit it hard, but right at Galen Rogers. So no runs, no hits, 1 left. At the end of 4, it's the Beavers 2 and the Panthers nothing.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student-athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We'd love to see you.
Now back to the action right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Top of the 5th. My apologies getting back late. I was being offended by Stones McCoy as Bird was showing me some nice, I call them kicks. These kids call them kicks. And Stone says, I'm too old to wear cool kicks. And I really am, I'm a little bit rattled right now. I just got to be honest with you. Top of the 5th, Faith McCarroll, then Kaylin Rogers and Cassidy Hunter, the bottom third of the order for the Panthers.
Leading off the inning.
Faith McCarroll 0 for 1. She flied out to center field back in the second inning. 1 for 4 with a run scored in game number 1 for Faith. She entered that game at 273, and she's up here now, the left-hander. And the Beavers playing the overshift this time. First pitch is in there for a strike as Sophie Peterburs is in left center. Now she's moving over more in center. The right fielder, Callie Tomlinson, is playing over in right center field. So this is a masterful game of outfield shifts. 0-1 on Faith McCarroll. Outside for a ball. Oh, call that a strike. I guess I can't hide my feelings. I thought it was outside. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes.
I'm just glad his calls are decisive.
0-2. Romero delivers. That's high for a ball, 1-2. Bria working on her 5th inning. She's given up just the 2 hits so far in this one. Both of those hits were in the first inning to start the game.
All right, man.
To the first 2 batters that she faced. 1-2. Hit sharply out towards second. Picked up out there by McKay over to first for the out. 4-3 to retire Faith McCarroll. And here's Kaylin Rogers, who struck out back in the second.
Number 2, second baseman, Kaylin Rogers.
Kaylin was 1 for 2 in the first game. Had a run batted in and a run scored. Now Stones McCoy is just going to show pictures of shoes to everybody because they saw the cool ones that I was getting, my cool shoes.
I was going to say 6 feet. No, not for those. For the other ones.
I'm getting some young kicks.
Yeah, for $40.
No, not for $40 a shoe. That one is outside to Kaylin Rogers. She's ahead of the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Cassidy Hunter to follow. 1 out here in the 5th. That one's fouled back, out of play to our right, so it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Managed to keep the fans from game 1, keep them for game 2. That's good. We added a couple more, I think, too. A couple of canines. No babies, though. 1-1. That's high and outside, so it goes quickly to 2 balls and 1 strike on Kaylin Rogers, wearing number 2 for the Panthers. Checks with her third base coach, who says very confidently, get a hit, get on base. I'm paraphrasing, but I think that's what she said. Might want to call the newspapers. There's no activity in the Panthers bullpen right now. First time all day. Hey, you're 16-3-1. You're doing everything right. That one is outside, I imagine. 3 balls and 1 strike. And the person sitting in the chair right behind home plate said it was a strike. So I think we can we overrule that? Is that something you can do? I think that's in the charter for the Big 8 Conference. 3-1. That one is on the corner, call strike 2. I think there is something in the rules that say if the person in the folding chair behind home plate says that they thought that was a strike, then it does count. Full count, 1 out, 5th inning. No, that's high and outside, ball 4. So a base on balls for Rogers. She goes down to first. First one given up by Bria Romero today. She came in with 25 strikeouts and 15 walks, and she has struck out 4.
Number
4.
Left fielder Cassidy Hunter.
Here's Cassidy Hunter, who struck out looking back in the 3rd inning. 1 for 3 in game 1 with a run batted in was Cassidy Hunter. She got Rogers down at first base. 1 out here in the 5th. First one's on the outside corner for a strike. Outfield playing pretty much straight away for Cassidy Hunter. Lexa Garcia pretty deep in left field. Giving some respect to Cassidy Hunter. 0-1. Jenna Martinez on deck, top of the order. That one sails high and outside, so it's 1-1. Rogers at first, 1 out, 1-1 pitch. Fouled back to the screen, so it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Cassidy Hunter. Jordan Werzer behind the plate for the Beavers in game 2. Hannah Peterbur's over at 3rd. Bella Garcia, the shortstop. Taylor McKay at 2nd, and Jacqueline Young at 1st. Callie Tomlinson in right. Sophie Peterbur's in center. Alexa Garcia in left field. 1-2 pitch coming from Bree Romero. Right in, outside. I was ready to ring it up. Again, I'm going to check with that woman sitting behind home plate. No, she's not making any moves, so it must have been outside. My bad. There were, out of the 6 people up here, 5 people gave the call third strike, and then Bird was looking for shoes. That one is ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now, if the person sitting in the chair makes the motion like, what? Then that has to count for something. 3-2. Jacqueline Young steps in to have a word with Bree Romero. As the Panthers dugout is quite animated at this time of the afternoon. You know, it's a Saturday, you know, come on. Romero checks the wristband for the pitch, 3-2. Fouled back to the screen, so Cassidy Hunter keeps the drama building. She fouls that one back to the screen, and we'll face into the 3-ball, 2-strike count. And I did find a baby, so we do have babies and dogs and a bunch of people. So that's a great afternoon right there. 2 games of softball and all that stuff. That's a tremendous afternoon. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Martinez waits on deck. That's hit high up in the air, but out of play. Watch out over there, everybody, and they misses everybody, so that's good. So we'll go again, 3-2, third try. Rogers at first, full count on Cassidy Hunter. Swing and a miss, she got her on strikes. Big strikeout right there for Bree Romero. That is number 5 for her, and now she's got the leadoff hitter, Jenna Martinez, to deal with. Jenna singled to start the game and then lined out to left field her other at-bat, so a couple of good swings for Jenna Martinez, who came in today at 436. 0 for 3 in game 1 with a run scored, but 1 for 2 here in game number 2. Got Rogers over at first base. A 2-0 lead for the Beavers. Martinez with 3 home runs on the season. That's high and outside, ball 1. Shays Latinich is on deck, the number 2 hitter in the order for SCC. But it's all about Jenna Martinez right now, as at least 2 of the members of the Panthers have lost their voices by my count from what I'm hearing. That one's high and outside. Either that or Fran Dresser's in there. And that's a reference I don't think they got. Stones McCoy right on it. We're going to have a meeting at the mound for the Beavers. We'll take a little break here, maybe 30 seconds or something. Now allow everybody to cool down a little bit. We're in the top of the 5th. Beavers lead this one 2-0.
Now, back with the play-by-play right here on Stones Radio Network.
That's me, Mark the Family, along with Stones McCoy, and the meeting at the mound is over. We'll come back to a 2-ball, no-strike count on Jenna Martinez. Rogers at first and 2 outs here in the 5th. Popped up, going to come right back to me. Oh, just barely. What a play. Oh, I thought it was a ricochet. The guy made a good play, lost it, but he was backed up. Good backup right there, good backup. That took one hop and almost came in here, and Bird was not even paying attention. You're the guy with the good hands. You're the guy who's going to make the play. No, he run. Oh, ouch. Ouch. I don't know why you even said that about you, Bird. That one is in there. Call strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So whatever they talked about, Bree Romero taking it to heart. She's come back with 2 strikes. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rogers at first. Here's the 2-2. Hit sharply down the third baseline, but foul. Off-speed pitch that Martinez swung at the last second, got a good barrel on it, but it was foul. So we'll go back and do it again at 2-2. Latinich on deck for the Panthers, but it's all about Jenna Martinez right now, the catcher. Two and two. The freshman Romero. 2-2 pitches popped into center field. Peterbird's coming on, still coming on. She's going to make the catch shoulder height, and that's a big out right there for Bree Romero. No runs, no hits, one left. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Beavers holding that 2-0 lead.
Beat by DJ Stones.
Now back to the Phantom right here on Stones Radio Network.
Bottom of the fifth, Beavers 2, Panthers nothing. Sophie Peterburs is going to start us off from the 9 spot. Then leadoff hitter Bella Garcia and Jaden Diaz. 9-1-2. The last time those guys started us off, that was back in the third, and the Beavers put up a run in that inning. Sophie grounded back to the pitcher. That's her only appearance so far in this game, too. A good play by Lexi Coyle to keep the ball from going up the middle. That is outside for a ball 1-0. Sophie, the sophomore out of Roseville. From the left side of the plate with third baseman Hodovich coming in. She hits that one sharply right at second base. Nice play out there by Rogers over to first for the out. Hit hard by Sophie, but right at Kaylin Rogers at second base. One out, and it'll bring up the leadoff hitter, Bella Garcia.
Now batting for the Beavers, number
Bella, a couple hits in game one and one in game two. She grounded back to the pitcher her first time, but then singled in the third and later scored on the Jaden Diaz double. So she is 1 for 2 in this one, 3 for 6 on the day. She's up here, and the Beavers looking to put a couple more on the board here in the bottom of the fifth. She takes high and inside on that one. 1 ball in, no strikes. Jaden Diaz on deck. One ball, no strikes on Bella. Freshman out of Rockland. Lexi Coyle, the freshman out of Dixon, on the mound in her 5th inning of work. Bella lines that one into center field. It's down in front of the center field in the Carroll for a base hit. So Garcia hits that one sharply into center field. That's the 5th hit off of Lexi Coyle in 4 and a third innings, and it brings up Jane Diaz, who sliced a line drive double down the left field line her last time up and got herself a run batted in. Struck out in the first, so she is 1 for 2. Garcia came into the day .473, and she is 3 for 6 throughout the game and a half here. Diaz hits one down the left field line, but that one's going to slice foul. So Jaden looking for what worked for her last time, but that one is foul, and it's 0-1 on Jaden Diaz from Cesar Chavez High School, the freshman outfielder, playing out in left field for the Beavers today. Taylor McKay, second baseman, number 3 hitter on deck. That's hit up in the air, might stay in play. Third baseman's going after it. Nice play out there by the third baseman, Ladovich, who came over there and ran back on that, looking back over her shoulder, reaches up and makes a real fine running catch for the second out. So Zlatnich with the fine catch for the second out, and that brings up Taylor McKay. 2 outs, runner still at first base. McKay grounded out to third in the first, grounded out to second in the third. Shows bunt. There goes the runner. The throw to second base, and the tag is not applied. Throw was too far on the right field side of second base, and Deatherage could not get the tag applied, and stealing second is Bella Garcia. And now it's up to Taylor McKay. Try to bring her in. She has a kind of a strange outfield alignment. Left center field for left fielder Cassie Hunter. Right center field for Faith McCarroll. And Montez not as close to the line as she's been on some other right-handed hitters over in right field. McKay takes outside. 2 balls and no strikes on Taylor. Jacqueline Young, the cleanup hitter, is next. So a lot of space out in that outfield. Anything on the outfield grass should score Bella Garcia from second base. McKay takes inside and low. That is 3-0 on Taylor McKay. First base open for the Panthers if they choose to put McKay over there. Jacqueline Young, who's had 2 groundouts to third base so far in this one. Right now 3-0 on McKay. See if she has the green light. She doesn't, as the ball is right down the middle for a strike, 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike. McKay, the sophomore from Paradise, was the losing pitcher in game number 1 here. Won by the Panthers 6-1. He hits that one sharply in the left field. That's a base hit. Here comes Garcia around third. They're going to throw, but it's going to be too late. It's an RBI single for Taylor McKay. She gets a little bit of revenge for game 1. A big RBI single. Taylor McKay makes it 3-0 in favor of the Beavers. Big run for the Beavers right there. We're going to have a pitching change as the Sac City manager comes out. We'll step away and bring you the identity of that new pitcher when we come back. Right now, we're in the bottom of the 5th. The Beavers enjoy a 3-0 lead.
Back to the Phantom right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Elizabeth Baucom is the new pitcher for Sac City. She is a freshman young, with the Beavers having scored once here in the inning. And the first pitch is in the dirt. Nice block by Jenna Martinez to keep that one from going back to the backstop. 1-0 on Jacqueline Young. Big RBI single by Taylor McKay to score Bella Garcia. That pitch is a little outside, 2-0. Garcia with the big stolen base before the base hit. 2-0 on Young. Hannah Peterburg's on deck. Off-speed pitch is in there for a strike. Two balls, 1 strike on Jack Young. McKay over at first base. Lexi Coyle went 4 2/3 innings, gave up 6 hits. That one off speed again, but that one is too low. Gave up 3 runs, and she is responsible for Taylor McKay over at first base. Struck out 2, walked 2. The 3-1 pitch coming from Balcom. Swing and a miss. 3-2. The freshman from Nevada Union on in relief from the freshman from Dixon. And facing the sophomore out of Casa Roble. Aki Young came into today with a .302 batting average. She's now got a full count here. High fly ball, short left field. Coming in as Hunter, and she's going to make the catch in short left field for the third out. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 left. We go to the 6th. The Beavers lead this one 3-0.
Sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We'd love to see you.
Now back to the action right here on Stones Radio Network.
Top of the 6th, Bree Romero finishes her warm-up tosses. She is ready to face the heart of the order of the Panthers. Shea Latinich and then Eliza Deathridge and Elisa Cuevo, 2, 3, and 4. Got that extra run on the Taylor McKay RBI single. That is huge. And here's Latinich, who has singled and flied to center. Shea 1 for 2 in this game, was 1 for 3 with a run batted in game number 1. Came into the day at 346. Has picked up her 6th run batted in game 1. She singled on a bunt back in the first inning and then flied to center in the third. 3-0 for the Beavers. Here's the pitch. High fly ball, short left field going over in foul territory. The third baseman, and she dropped it, but it's caught. Oh, what a play. Went off the glove of Peter Burge, was caught by Bella Garcia, backing her up in foul territory, and the crowd goes crazy. Great job by Garcia to follow Peter Burge. That's a tough play for a third baseman to make, going straight back like that. And it came off of the glove and went into the glove of Garcia. So it's an F5-6 is what that is, and I've never seen that actually before. 1 out, and here's Eliza Deathridge, who was sacrificed to reach on an error in game 2, had a 2-run home run and a double in game 1. She came in today at .565. That's inside for a ball. Picked up her 9th home run in the first game. RBIs number 27 and 28. 0 for 1 in this one, though, with that sacrifice. The shortstop from Rockland High takes one just a little bit high, 2-0. So Romero trying to vary the eye level and the speed of those pitches. Stones McCoy, I think, thought that should have been a strike, as he is just fuming over there. He's just jealous because Bird was teaching me new dance moves between innings. And now you're trying to do them. You can't. You don't know that move. 2-0 pitch fouled out of play by Eliza Deathridge. So it's 2 balls and 1 strike. 1 out here in the 6th. Beavers 3, Panthers nothing. Panthers won game 1 6-1. Two and 1. Outfield straight away and deep for Deathridge. Sophie Peterburg moves a little bit over to left center. 2-1 pitch is inside and low, ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Eliza Cuevo, the cleanup hitter, is on deck. 3-1 pitch. Swing, a foul into the catcher's glove. Nice pitch by Romero. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Deathridge. Romero checks catcher Jordan Werzer, getting ready for the 3-2 pitch. Checks the wristband, maybe more importantly. That's outside and high, ball 4. So Deathridge is on with the walk. Might be the first one. No, it's the second one that Bri Romero has issued today.
Number 21.
And here is Lisa Cuevo. First baseman steps up here. She is 0 for 2 so far in this second game. Grounded to third and took a call, 3rd strike. That was back in the 4th inning. She grounded to third in the 1st inning. The sophomore first baseman from Vanden High in Fairfield watches the first one inside for a ball 1-0. No activity in the pen for the Beavers that we can tell. Through a combination of factors, only actually dressed up 11 players today, so not a lot of depth for the Beavers. That one is outside, ball 2. So walk to Deathridge, now 2-0 on Cuevo, with Emily Deathridge to follow. Two-0 pitch. That is inside and low, ball 3. 3-0 on Cuevo, who looks down at her third base coach, who probably says, just take. I mean, I'm no expert on reading signs, but that's what I got from that one. When they give you the shrug emoji, it means you're supposed to already know what to do. And she did, right on the outside corner. 3-1 on Lisa Cuevo. Three-one pitch. Hit into left center field. Peterburg's on the move. So is the left fielder. That's going to be up against the wall. Deathridge is rounding second. She's going to get into third and moving into second is Cuevo with the double. And with runners on second and third and just 1 out, the Panthers are in business here in the 6th inning. Cuevo's first hit of the day. But it's a one right into left center field, and we're going to have a meeting at the mound, and we'll see what happens here. For the Beavers, will step away. Runners at second and third. 1 out, top of the 6th. Beavers 3, Panthers nothing.
Beat by DJ Stones.
You're listening to coverage of ARC Athletics on Stones Radio Networks.
Meeting at the mound is over. We're back with Bri Romero at the plate, and we're going to have a pinch runner at second base as soon as we get the number, I think number 6. That is Kaylin Galavez, sophomore out of Marysville. So she will take over for Cuevo at second base as a pinch runner. Sure, Cuevo will re-enter the game and go back to first base in the next inning, but right now Galavez is going to take over at second base. So she's at second. Deathridge is over at third. Now it's Emily Deathridge, who is struck out and lined to right. So she is 0 for 2, hit the ball well her last appearance. She was 1 for 4. The run scored in game 1 came into the doubleheader at 324 with 2 home runs and 7 runs batted in. First pitch is fouled out of play to our right. 0-1 on Emily Deathridge. Lexi Coyle is on deck. That's a fastball on the outside corner for a strike. Okay, so it is Elizabeth Bauckham who's on deck, who took Coyle's place on the mound. I wasn't sure whether they would insert the flex player then and put them in the lineup because I don't know that much about it. I mean, I know, but I don't know for sure. But Bauckham is on deck. 0-2 now on Emily Deathridge. That's popped up right side. Second baseman going out. Tomlinson coming in. Callie's going to have it. She's going to gut it to home plate, which is cut off, I think, smartly out there. But holding at third is Eliza Deathridge. So not far enough to get the run home, as Callie Tomlinson did the right thing and called everybody off, so she'd catch the ball coming toward home plate and not the second baseman going away from home plate. So 2 outs, and now it comes down to Elizabeth Bauckham, who came on for Coyle in the top of the inning to pitch and assumes her place in the batting order. Lexi was 0 for 2 in this game. So here's Bauckham. First pitch is high for a ball. Bauckham is 2 for 7 so far in the season, so 286. Listed primarily as a pitcher, but also a first baseman. 1-0 pitch. In there, call strike, 1-1. Runners at second and third. 2 outs now here in the sixth. Beavers 3, Panthers nothing. Elizabeth Bauckham, the freshman out of Nevada Union, at the plate. Right-handed hitter against Bree Romero, freshman from Sheldon, working in her 6th inning out here. That one is a little outside for a ball. Faith McCarroll, the center fielder, is on deck. The pinch runner, Galavez, is at second. Eliza Deathridge is over at third. She walked with 1 out. Then a double by Cuevo. That's fouled back to the screen, so we go down to 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Elizabeth Bauckham. Two balls, 2 strikes. Romero taking her time as Bauckham does the same at the plate. She steps in now. Squared up stance from the right side. Now slightly open. Romero consults the wristband. 2-2 pitch. Fouled on a play to our right. So Bauckham staying tough up there. Romero does the same on the mound. Beavers looking for that elusive first conference win. And they do have the 3-0 lead here. Romero checks her wristband. Here's the 2-2. Outside and high, ball 3. Easy take by Bauckham on that one. We'll go full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Second and third, 2 outs. Outfield is straight away. A little bit in left center for Sophie Petersburg in center field. 3-2 pitch. Too high, ball 4. So Bauckham comes off the bench and gets to a 2-2 count, and give her credit. She waits it out and gets herself a base on balls. Loads the bases for Faith McCarroll. Flied to center and grounded to second in this one, so she is 0 for 2. In the first game, she was 1 for 4. She came in at 273 to start the day. She is 1 for 6 so far, but she's got the bases loaded out there and 2 outs. Kaylin Rogers on deck, but it's all about Faith McCarroll right now. Popped up, coming right back to us that time. Bird, Mr. All-World cornerback, grabs onto me like I'm going to save him. Stones McCoy is underneath the table. He is. Can't lose your earpiece, man. 0-1 now on McCarroll. I'm worried about your perception. That one wasn't even that close, and you went diving. The last one was way closer, and you stood in there. 0-1. Yeah, he'd take that one back. That's a pick six right there. That's popped up left side. Shortstop Garcia calls for it. She's got it. And Bria Romero's out of the inning again. No runs. No, one hit. 3 left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Beavers 3, Panthers nothing.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We'd love to see you.
Oh, I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
Now back to the booth right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Warm-ups are done. We're ready to go in the bottom of the 6th. Beavers 3-0. They escaped that bases-loaded situation in the top of the inning. They'll have Hannah Peterburs, Kelly Tomlinson, and Jordan Werzer. And has walked twice, scored back in the 2nd. She has 1 official at bat today and 4 walks. And she settles in here. Started the day at 3:24. Lets that one go by. It's down low for a ball, 1-0. Picked up her 7th run batting of the year in game number 1. Elizabeth Balcom, the second pitcher for the Panthers in this one, throws it outside for a ball. Two balls, no strikes. That one is in there for a strike. 2-1 on Hannah. Hit high up in the air to left field. Going back is Hunter. She's got room in left center. Makes the catch for the out. So Peterborough is retired for the first time today on a fly ball to left field. 1 out, and here's Callie Tomlinson, who has doubled and hit into a fielder's choice.
Right fielder Callie Tomlinson.
Tomlinson doubled back in the 2nd. Hit into the fielder's choice in the 4th, so she is 1 for 2 in this one. Against Elizabeth Balcom. Came on in relief of Lexi Coyle back in the 5th. Tomlinson takes down low for a ball. It's 1-0. Jordan Werzer on deck. Byrne is so popular. He makes a mistake on the scoreboard, and the entire stand starts to come up here like it's, I think they got pitchforks and torches. That one's down low for a ball. I think they just like to talk to him. Maybe he'll notice me if I yell at him, that kind of thing.
You know how to get there.
2-0. 2 balls and no strikes. I know how it is. That happened to me too, Bird, when I was a kid. Okay. That's it sharply out towards second base, picked up by Rogers, and over to first for the out. So Tomlinson retired 4-3. 2 outs here in the 6th. And Jordan Werzer coming to the plate. She took a called third strike back in the 2nd and hit to a fielder's choice of her own in the 4th inning. So Jordan 0 for 2 in this one. 3 home runs and 17 runs batted in on the season for Jordan Werzer, the freshman out of West Valley, behind the plate in this one. Right-handed hitter against the right-hander Elizabeth Balcom. Worzer takes in there for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Worzer hits that one right back up the middle, knocked down by Balcom, picks it up, throws to first for the out. 1, 2, 3 for the Beavers in the 6th. We go to the 7th. American River College 3, Sac City nothing.
Beat by DJ Stones.
Now back to the Phantom right here on Stones Radio Network.
And we go to the top of the 7th. Beavers looking for that elusive first win. They lead at 3-0 behind Bria Romero, who comes down to face Kaylin Rogers, Cassidy Hunter, and Jenna Martinez. 8, 9, and 1 for Sac City. Rogers struck out in the 2nd. She walked in the 5th, so she is 0 for 1 in this one. 1 for 2 in the first game with a run scored and a run batted in for Kaylin. The infielder, sophomore out of West Campus. First pitch is right down the middle for a strike, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike on Kaylin Rogers. That one is high and outside. 1-1. Panthers 4-1 in conference play. Beavers 0-5 after the Panthers win in game 1, 6-1. This one a different story so far, as Romero has been fantastic for the Beavers. Here's the 1-1. That's in the dirt, 2-1. Beaver fans behind home plate won that victory, won that W. 2-1 on Kaylin Rogers. Open stance from the right side for the second baseman. That's high. Ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Opening up the top of the 7th here. Popped up, out of play. 3-2. Went for one that looked a little bit high. Maybe helped out a little bit, but probably looked pretty good to Kaylin Rogers. So it's full count on the second baseman. Anna Peterburs over at third. Bella Garcia at short. Taylor McKay at second. And Jacqueline Young over at first. That pitch is popped up on the infield. Garcia's calling. No, it's going to be Peterburs from third. She makes the catch. Big job by Romero coming back from 3-1 on that one to get the pop-up for the first down. And here's Cassidy Hunter. She has struck out twice so far, so Cassidy 0 for 2. She had a hit in the first game and a run batted in. Jenna Martinez, the top of the order, waits on deck. First pitch is lined over the head of the third baseman in the left field for a base hit. So Hunter with just the 3rd hit of the game for the Panthers and the first since the first inning. And here is Jenna Martinez in the top of the order with Latinich to follow and then Deathridge. So it gets tough from here as Martinez single, a line out, and a fly out. So she is 1 for 3 in this one. The catcher and leadoff hitter steps in, number 14 for the Panthers, sophomore from Selma High, with Hunter over at first base and 1 out here in the 7th. That first pitch is in there for a strike 0-1. Shays Latinich on deck, number 2 hitter in the order. Romero ahead 0-1. That one is a little bit high and outside. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. No activity for the Beavers. It's all about Bree Romero. 1 out, 1 on, 1-1 count on Martinez. That's hit high up in the air in the right center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Here goes Hunter all the way around. She's going to stop at third base as the throw comes in. It's a double for Martinez, second and third now. And Shays Latinich coming to the plate. And Eliza Deathridge on deck. Shea has singled, flied to center, and popped to short, so she is 1 for 3. The single was a bunt single. Back in the first was a sacrifice that she beat out at first base. So a line drive right into right center field where nobody was for Jenna Martinez. She gets the double. Her first hit of the day, or her second hit of the game. She didn't get any hits in game 1, so she has 2 for 7 in this one. First base coach of the Panthers talking with the home plate umpire, reason for the little bit of a delay. And now we're ready to go. Here comes Latinich. Freshman from Rosemont, coming in at 346 today. She is 1 for 3. Runners at second and third. Beavers with a 3-0 lead. We are in the 7th. That is down low for a ball off speed pitch. Eliza Deathridge on deck. One-zero pitch coming from Bree Romero. That's outside, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. 1 out here in the 7th. Zlatnich steps in. Heading the count, 2 balls and no strikes. That one's right down the middle by Bree Romero. Gets back into the count, 2-1 now. Beavers with a run in the second, a run in the third, and a run in the 5th. Panthers so far nothing, but they are threatening here in the 7th with runners at second and third and just 1 out. That's it high in the air, center field. Peterborough comes in. She's going to have it. Let's see if the tag is made, but they bluff it. The throw comes through to home plate, so no advance and a run. The batter is retired and on fly to center field. So what we've got is 2 outs. We've got 2 on. The tying run is at the place. It's Eliza Deathridge, and we're going to have a meeting at the mound and talk about whether probably they want to put her on at first base. We'll be back with that decision right after this. It's top of the 7th, and the Beavers lead at 3-0.
Shall we begin?
Safety first.
I think we're ready to rock. That is so nice.
Now, back with the play-by-play right here on Stones Radio Network.
Ready to go. The meeting was over. Then the coach went back to have another meeting, and now I think it's really over as Eliza Dethridge steps in. She has sacrificed, reached on an air, and walked. Had a 2-run homer in game number 1 and a double, hitting .565, and there's the first pitch. It's an off-speed pitch. It's right over the middle of the plate for a strike, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. Dethridge obviously the potential tying run here. The shortstop out of Rockland High, freshman. Sophomore, correct myself. That one's outside for a ball, 1-1.
Let's go, Bree. We ain't turning
2
down
outs,
no
2 on. Beavers lead by 3. We're in the top of the 7th.
We ain't turning down no fade.
1-1 pitch coming. Off-speed pitch again, call strike 2.
No face, Bree.
1 ball and 2 strikes. It takes a little bit of nerve to throw 2 off-speed pitches to somebody who's hitting .565. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So tonight I now have a $1 bet over the next pitch. He doesn't know it though. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Outside ball 2. 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. Stones owes me $1, but he can play double or nothing. Not against that. I'm totally not against that. 2-2. 2 outs, second and third. Fly ball right field out of play. Well, they're making the Beavers earn their first conference win. They're probably the top hitter in the conference at the plate with 2 on and 2 outs here in the 7th and 3-0 Beavers lead. Eliza Dethridge steps out, steps back in, waits for the next pitch, the 2-2 offering from Romero. Wide open stance from the right side for the shortstop. Grounded back up the middle, off the glove of shortstop. Cut off by the shortstop. It's going to be an infield single. Throw back to third. They've got the runner in the rundown. Werzer runs her back, going to have to run her back. And did she get her? No, she did not. Werzer didn't have anywhere to throw it to. Covering third base is why she had to try to make the tag herself. So it was a ground ball up the middle. It's an RBI single as Hunter scores. Martinez is now at third. Etheridge winds up at second in the confusion. She gets a run batted in. Is knocked down by Garcia. They threw it home. The runner was off third. They got in a run down, couldn't get her, and the call was safe back at third base. And in the ensuing chaos, Etheridge got back to second base. So it's an RBI single, a run across. Runner still at second and third. Now 2 outs, and Liza Cueva is going to be the hitter. Grounded to third, struck out, but last time she hit a ringing double, so she is 1 for 3 in this one. So Romero trying to get that out again. She almost was there. Cuevo takes an off-speed pitch too low for a ball, 1-0. Emily Dethridge is on deck if Cuevo keeps it going for the Panthers, who now trail it 3-1. Third RBI of the day, 29th on the season for Eliza Dethridge. That's another off-speed pitch, and that's low, so it's 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes on Cuevo, the sophomore first baseman from Vanden High School.
Big-time players make big-time plays. Let's go.
2-0 pitch coming from Romero. Popped up, infield. Bella Garcia calls. She has got it, and that's the ball game. Bree Romero, the star of this one. She throws a 4-hitter, and the Beavers come out with their first conference win of the year. The final in this one, 3-1. We're back with a talk with Stones McCoy as we'll recap the day right after this. Again, final score, American River 3, Sac City 1.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student-athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Now back to the Phantom right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Mark the Phantom O here with Stones McCoy. And Stones, we got a split of the doubleheader. We got the first win of the conference season for the Beavers. We got a tremendous performance from Bri Romero. So what do you take out of Game 2 in the entire day?
Well, out of the Game 2, defense is that's where it needs to happen. I mean, we were able to pull this one out, and that's an extremely important thing. Get your first conference win on the season, but the defense needs to tighten up a little bit. There was a couple of missed plays, balls that weren't read properly, things of that nature, and it's the little things in conference play that's going to come back and bite you. So if you're not able to get those little things squared away going forward, it's going to hurt. But I think with this win, I think they'll be able to carry that momentum and really address that.
Yeah, you had a great play by Bella Garcia to knock that one down, which set up a play that you should have made, which is the rundown and get the final out. But I think we give the, obviously, player of the game to Bri Romero in this one. She goes 7 innings, gives up just the 5 hits and the 1 run. And, if ever a team needed a win, it's the Beavers. And the one thing, Stones, I think that you can take from this is you played a team that's a top 5 Northern California team, a top 10 team in the state, and they beat you in the first game, but you came back and you showed them, and you played a better game than they did in the second game, and you earned yourself a win. That's got to make you feel a little bit going forward.
Absolutely, and even in the first game, I know it was a slightly lopsided affair towards the end of that game, but they played them pretty straight up in that first game too. So I like the competition that the ARC Beavers are putting up. They fit right in here. They're a scrappy bunch. They know how to score. They've got good defense. Really nice pitching today. All in all, it's a good team win. Splitting this doubleheader against a really good Sac State team. I think this was a good
Absolutely.
day.
Well, Sac City.
Sac City.
We're going to beat Sac State.
Look, no. We could beat Sac State.
If we split Sac State,
Sac City is who we're messing with today.
Tremendous. And we give Sac State, while we're talking about them, giving their let's give a shout out to their women's basketball team taking on UCLA tonight. So there you go. Thanks for bringing that in, Stones.
You're welcome. That's
Again,
what I'm here for.
Game 1 went to the Panthers 6-1. The Beavers come back, and behind Bri Romero, they notch their first conference victory. That one, final score is 3-1 in favor of ARC. We're back in action on Stones Radio Networks and the ARC YouTube page on Thursday when the baseball team takes on Sierra College, and then back here next Saturday for another doubleheader for ARC softball. For Stones McCoy and me, the Phantom, we thank you for watching. We ask you, hey, why don't you think about subscribing so you can be with us the next time we see you. And we will see you that next time. From Beaver Field, we say goodnight.